Well, very good evening and welcome to the Ljungskile Stadium here in Uddevalla, Sweden for this international friendly. England taking on Sweden in their final friendly match before Euro 2013 gets underway. And it is a really important fixture for both sides. The host nation, of course, Sweden, kicked the campaign off, the Euro 2013 campaign off, that is, on Wednesday when they take on Denmark in Group A. England start their Euro 2013 campaign on Friday the 12th against Spain. They of course will also come up against France and Russia. England runners-up in 2009 of course, and Sweden reaching the quarter-finals that year, losing 3-1 to Norway. And the players will be out very shortly, and it is a last chance for these players to impress the managers ahead of that crucial selection for the first game of the tournament. Alongside me today, Faye White. She will guide you through the teams and what that means for the opening games for these two sides as the players come out onto the pitch. We'll be hearing the national anthems very shortly. Around 2,500, we reckon, inside the stadium here in Uddevalla. And a few supporting England as well. Good evening, Faye. How do you see this game going?
Well, it's certainly a tight affair. Obviously not in the main tournament yet, but a lot at stake. Certainly for the hosts, they'll want to have a good game today and show the crowd in the stands, but also on TV, what they can look forward to in the tournament. And
so the final few moments of preparation then before the tournament gets underway. The national anthems are sung, the teams are ready, and plenty of excitement here in the Uddevalla Arena, the Ljungskile Stadium as it's known. And play will be getting underway very shortly. And we should be bringing you the lineups as well in just a moment's time. But just to go back to what this means for England, Faye, just how important is this last friendly before the tournament begins?
Yeah, it's a vital match for the players. They'll want to get a good game under their belt, certainly for those that have maybe missed some matches in the season in the WSL. But yeah, it will be one that they'll want to kind of show and give us state a claim for the starting 11, because within this squad now there's no guarantee starts really. And you know, Sweden ranked 5th in the world, got to the 3rd place in the World Cup in 2011, show it's great opposition, and being hosts, you know, there'll be a lot of media excitement around this tournament.
Well, this is the starting 11 for the home side. The Hammerstrom twins are both playing, goalkeeper and midfielder Marie Kristin in goal, that is. And this is the England starting 11. 2 changes to the side that drew with Japan: Casey Stoney and Steph Houghton coming into the starting 11 for Hope Powell.
Yeah, that's certainly a more familiar back line, and one that we'll hope will be glad that she's been able to put those 2 back in. I think Dunya and Laura Bassett did very well against Japan, but I think this is the team that she'll certainly look to start with, bearing injuries. And again, it's just good for the back 4. Being a defender myself, just to get, you know which players you're going to be up against and get a good game under your belt leading into a tournament.
And 2 centre-backs and the goalkeeper, of course, all play for the same side. Lincoln ladies, Karen Bardsley, Casey Stoney and Sophie Bradley, and that will be extremely important going into the tournament. And England players just gathering for a chat before the start of play. Plenty of noise inside the stadium. And the hosts, of course, will be looking to impress as well. Plenty of experience in this Sweden team. What do you make of the opposition for England this evening?
Yeah, well, their golden girl is Lotta Schilling. She's 120 caps now for her country, and their top goal scorer. She's formidable forward, great running off the shoulder of the back players. But there's also Sager in midfield, who's very experienced now, played some time in America as well.
Well, kick-off just moments away, and it will be England to get things going. Up against Sweden for the first time since May 2011, which was a warm-up game for the World Cup, of course. They also met in the group stages of Euro 2009 in Finland. My co-commentator scored the opening goal in a 1-1 draw. England, of course, going on to reach the final. England with possession early on. Yankee on the ball. Not the best ball into the penalty area. 127 caps now for Rachel Yankee.
Yeah, she actually put a great ball through to Enia Luko against Japan to score that goal in that game. So yeah, I think just her first touch, and she won't have been pleased with that cross.
There's Houghton. The 2 players brought back into the team.
Yeah, there's been a few concerns around Steph Houghton. She picked up an ankle injury in the last game for Arsenal against Chelsea in the WSL. But she's been training well this week, apparently, in full training. And I think once they assess the situation after that game, they realised that, you know, she should be fit. And obviously I'm pleased as a fellow teammate that she and also Casey Stoney are back in the team, because they're big players now for the national team.
A bit of defending for that England back line to do here. It's comfortable enough for Bardsley, easily taken. Karen Bardsley, of course, used to play in Sweden for Ljungskile, which is where England will be based. More on that later on, but here comes Sweden. Decent opportunity here. A bit of a tangle inside the penalty area. And eventually the whistle goes and it's a free kick, but an uncomfortable moment at the back there for England.
Yeah, England looking to play out through through Steph Houghton on the left side, but closed down, and it shows Sweden are looking to pressure quite highly. And then let off a little bit of sloppiness at the start.
The free kick has gone England's way. Sager making the run on the right-hand side. It came to nothing in the end. Scott going up for the header. Again, Sweden piling forward. Schilling is inside the penalty area, just got away from her, and it's gathered by Bardsley again.
Yeah, and you can see early on that Sweden are looking to start a very physical game. Have won the 50-50s quite early on, and are looking to pose a lot of pressure on the England players. So I think Gorason and Ovquist will look to get forward quite a lot to support the two forwards.
And it's the home side on the attack again. Goransson still going, and very nearly a tap in there. Once again, Karen Bardsley gathers the ball, but more danger at the back from England. It's been an uncomfortable 3 minutes so far.
Yeah, and Sweden play 4-4-2, so Gorason on the left side of midfield is tucked in quite narrow, and that's where England are going to have to look out for, because they play three in the midfield with Jill Scott and Anita sitting in front of the back line. But here Sweden started very brightly and getting a lot of possession.
And Sweden once again looking dangerous. And that really should have been the opening goal, just wide from Aslani. It's still goalless with just under 4 minutes gone, but what a chance this was.
Yeah, again here, it just looks, Sager's running forward, no one's tracking her through midfield. And I think England are all at 6 and 7s at the moment with picking the players up, and certainly Sweden are looking to get into support of that ball and get players forward quite quickly. And yeah, I think it certainly should be 1-0 up there, Sweden.
The front two looking lively, both of whom play in France. Schilling with Lyon, and Aslani, as you saw there, with Paris Saint-Germain. And just need to get hold of the ball here. Got a free kick which has been taken quickly. Sante. Now Aluko. Scott to get the cross in. Samuelson heading away. Jill Scott on the ball now. And here is Yankee. It's brilliantly done by Yankee. To drill in the cross, it's come for Steph Houghton. And Scott's ball headed clear.
A good little bit spell of possession by England, keeping the ball well, but Jill Scott's just quite not got it out of her feet and realised what she was going to do before she's attained the ball. But a little bit better from England, certainly in possession.
Stoney. Yankee trying to flick it on. Sweden back in possession when, but then given away. Jill Scott keeps it in play. Stoney. He's going to play the ball all the way back to Karen Bardsley, but a lot of pressure from the Swedish players on England in these early minutes.
Yeah, they're certainly not allowing them to settle early, and they do. The Swedes have always worked hard. They're known for that in their game, their fitness, their strength, their power. They used to be a more direct team in the 5 years ago or so, but now they're very much, they can play through the thirds, and they have ball players in their team, and to go with that speed that they have in their forward line and down their wings.
Real test early on for England. They have just about come through it. And a little more possession in the last minute or two. Houghton. Yankee. Good first time pass. Sante beaten to the ball though. Yankee working hard to win it back. Aluko. It's just too far ahead of Scott. Goalkeeper and defender getting in a bit of a muddle there, and Rolling puts it out of play.
Yes, certainly indecision by the keeper, and I think Rolling does the right thing. The keeper should not be coming for something like that as a centre-half when you've got the ball and you need them to drop off and make an angle for you. So she does the right thing in just taking control of that situation.
Williams. Aluko. Scored against Japan, of course. Now Houghton. Aluko again. Under pressure. No foul given. It's a strong challenge by Asante though. Here is Williams. And just too far ahead of Ellen White. Goal kick.
Yeah, it's a good idea by Farah, just looking for Ellen White out on the right flank. But you could see there Sailing as the centre forward for Sweden, working hard to come back, and she will be the one that looks to drop in and just help out in midfield for Sweden, with Lotta Schilling maybe staying up a lot higher.
Seger wearing the captain's armband for Sweden. Caroline Seger, one of the 5 players in the Swedish squad with over 100 caps, 4 of them in the starting 11 today. England have 4 members of the 100 club as well, of course. Bardsley dealing with that one, a little bit of hesitation. Safely out of play for a throw. It's a good challenge by Scott.
You see Alex Scott's moved back over to a more familiar position at right back. I think she did well against Japan at left side, considering she's not the most comfortable on her left foot. But she'll have a tough order against Gorison today, who's very powerful, very quick in her running with the ball. Plays for Potsdam and come up against her in the Champions League this season already.
And not a lot of options for England at left back really at the moment, are there? With Steph Houghton having a few injury problems prior to the tournament as well.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Hope will have in her mind. I think Steph has recovered, but certainly to have that cover. Casey Stoney's played at left back before, so she has that experience and could fill in if need be.
Stoney gets ahead to the ball. A good header by the England and Lincoln captain.
I think Yankees just felt the effects of a bit of a robust challenge by the Swedes. You can see as well, I think most of the players have what looks like little hunchbacks on the top of their backs, but I've noticed it on a few of the players now for England and Sweden, so they've obviously agreed that they don't mind the players having the sat-nav kind of data collection for this match by the look of it. They weren't always the most comfortable bits of kit to wear. Certainly quite tight round the top half, and yeah, it feels a bit weird with this big thing on the heavy, like, bit on the back of in between your shoulders. Certainly if you caught an elbow or the ball there slightly wrong.
Come England again. Good strong challenge, and as soon as an England player gets hold of the ball, surrounded by yellow shirts, the ball has got out for a throw. But England have settled down now, 10 minutes gone, 0-0. Survived an early onslaught, but it's more of an even game now.
Yes, certainly. It's good just to see him get a bit of possession, but I think it's quite a wet field, but the run of the ball's not really that zippy at the moment. I think purely because of the way England playing, they need to get it zipping and moving a lot quicker.
Luko is trying to run through her opponent. Samuelsson does recover in the end.
This is Samuelsson's only her 7 caps. She's only 21, and instead of Nilsson, who is more the orthodox right back for Sweden in the last few months. So it just shows there that she's been given an opportunity, and maybe one that might start the tournament for Sweden in that position.
And there is Samuelsson. As Faye was saying, just 21 years old. Now Luko seems to have switched to the left-hand side, at least temporarily, maybe to test the young fullback.
Yeah, Rachel Yankee and Luko will do that throughout the game. Sometimes it just the way the game is that you find yourselves on opposite flanks from a corner or from just working hard to win the ball back for your team, and that's something over the years that we've become a lot better at, the players understanding the other people's roles and filling in positions just to get the team shape back as quick as possible.
Unfortunate bounce. The ball's gone directly out of play again. England quick to get the ball back in play. Here is Jill Scott. Alex Scott now. Yankee. Looking for Ellen White. It's come to Scott though. And it might fall for White here. Good chance for England. And there is the opening goal. Ellen White scores. And it's Sweden 0, England 1.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Well taken by Ellen White. Her first chance really at goal, and to put it in that so comfortably. But here's just a mistake by Rowling. And I think initially I was looking at Alex thinking that's not a good enough ball to pass for her, but she does well with it. It should be along the floor, it's high up in the air, but she does well just a one touch to put it into Ellen White's path, and she does brilliantly to convert. And after what has been a tentative start by England, I think that's a good chance to take the first opportunity that falls their way.
So Ellen White on the score sheet, 14th goal for England. After all that early pressure, it really is a welcome goal for the visiting side. It'll give Ellen White a lot of confidence ahead of the opening game against Spain next Friday.
Yeah, the game against Japan, she showed some good touches and she had a couple of opportunities, but she had to work hard in that game, and more of the opportunities ended up to Ania Luko actually. So, but she had some, like I say, some good first touches, good run in. She always works hard for the team, so she'll be happy just to get a goal under her belt before leading into the tournament.
Houghton puts it out of play. And Sweden have the throw. I hope Powell will be pleased with the start. Certainly with the scoreline at this stage. Hogfist. Dangerous ball into the middle. England not really dealing with that one. Sega.
Yeah, I think it was Rachel Lanke allowed her to cross the ball a little bit too easy, but thankfully it's come to nothing.
And one back by England. Aluko. For the ball over the top again towards Ellen White, but it'll run away and all the way through to the goalkeeper. It's Fisher. Samuelson.
It's a point to make that Fisher in the past years has been a centre midfielder for Sweden, so in the last year or so she's been put back to centre half with Sara Larsson, normally Parter and Rowling in the centre position, but she seems to have done quite well there as well, and I think even scored the goal against Brazil in their last friendly.
Sweden with a chance here perhaps to get players into the penalty area. They've got a throw in. Shelin waiting in the penalty area. It's an Ebro. They look to launch this one. It's not the best throw, headed away. And that'll be a free kick, high boot by Aluko. And another set piece opportunity for Sweden. Another test here for Karen Bardsley. It'll be Goranson to take the free kick. Towner gets ahead to the ball. England have managed to clear Williams. She was fouled by Sega, nothing given. Bardsley fouled this time. And Shelin is penalised, free kick to England.
Yeah, I think initially the cross, I think this is just the end of it where the foul on Bardsley, yeah, you can clearly see she's going to claim that, but Shellin's bumped into her. But I think it's the initial ball, you could see England trying to hold a high line, not in allowing them to Sweden to gain into Karen Bardsley's box, but once they did, I think they let go of Fisher, and also I think it was Sega that was free. So I think it's just mindful, they've got to be a lot more stronger and not allow those players to get across them in the box in their runs off free kicks.
It's another great ball. And Scott has to check back there, but England threatening again. Much better from Hope Powell's side in the last 10 minutes or so. The goal has given them a lot of confidence.
There's something Alex Scott does very well, is getting forward in that right back position. She loves to get up the wing and try and get those crosses in, even try and get a goal on the odd occasion. But today she'll need to be very mindful that Goranson likes to go in the opposite direction, and that she'll need to be on her defensive duties as well and get back in position quickly.
Aslani chasing this. It was Bradley who got it away.
Again, you can see Sager really looking to advance from that midfield position to get in support of the forwards. And Hammarström seems to be the one that sits for Sweden a lot more in midfield.
White was just offside there. Aluko chasing the ball though. And again, a little bit of a mix-up at the back between goalkeeper and defender. Houghton's header. Scott. Working hard to keep hold of the ball against Öqvist.
And I say that my experience of playing Sweden, that was always something that, you know, you knew you were going to be in a game, because physically they do compete for every ball, and you know they work that even in their league in Sweden, it's one of the most fiercely competed. So you know they train every day as teams and clubs, and they're almost seen as professionals.
Ball up quickly towards Aslani. The overlap here, it's a chance for the home side. After getting the block in. The ball then headed away. Samuelsson comes off Casey Stoney, but will run through to Karen Bardsley.
But again, there you can see that Sweden really looking to commit a lot of players forward. Sager joining in from midfield. The two wide players getting forward as well, and you know they're not frightened to get there and get in support of the play.
Scott just cut out again. It was nearly a very good ball. Fischer gives it away. Aluko. Houghton. Back to the skipper. Decent ball over the top from Stoney. And Fischer has lost it. White. Nobody there to put the ball away. And Sweden survive, but another really good chance there for England.
Certainly, but again, in comparison, the number of players Sweden get forward, England in that attack didn't get as many. And Ellen, I think, did the right thing. Probably couldn't really see Jill Scott. That was further back in the box, but you would expect either Rachel Yankee, if she's on that side, or any Aluko to get in support and join in that play.
A shot there from Aslani. Wide of the target, though. And with 20 minutes played. England leading by a 1-0. Here's that shot from Aslani again, just wide of Bardsley's right-hand post.
Yeah, Aslani plays her club football now in France for PSG, and I believe when she was introduced to the press that Zlatan Ibrahimovic was on the press conference as well. They got the two Swedish players that play for that club, and obviously to get the profile, but you know, I think that's the kind of weight that they feel that she brings to the team, is that she certainly is a player of a lot of talent. Again, had a spell out in America for a brief period, but didn't seem to get on too well out there.
England get the throw in. There's a chance here. Scott. Aluko didn't quite catch it. That was a chance again. Just didn't quite connect properly with the ball.
No, yeah, it's really just a snapshot, but she doesn't connect with it, and obviously doesn't challenge the keeper on that occasion.
It's a long ball forward. Scott winning the header. Jill Scott going in with a challenge. The referee playing advantage to Nebro. Scott again getting back and getting an important touch. Asante. Williams. Again, really good pressure from Sweden. We've won it back again with Aslani. And danger on the edge of the England penalty area. Öqvist. And the ball eventually goes out of play for a Sweden throw off Casey Stoney.
Yeah, I just think England need to be a lot more clear in their communication when defending, because the movement of Sweden, the players that are committing forward, is causing them a little bit of a problem, and they just need to be clear in that communication, so knowing who they're going to pick up, the runs which they're going with or not. So they need to certainly stay concentrated for the whole game, 90 minutes against Sweden.
Schelling's shot, which is blocked. Yankee comes away with the ball. See Alex Scott racing up that right-hand side. Now White, tangling with Fisher. No foul, England throw.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good battle between those two. They've already shown that they're, competing for that ball. Ellen White's got the better of Fisher early on when she put that good ball across, but she's quite quick, Fisher. Certainly, I think will be able to stick up with Ellen's pace, so she's going to need to be nice and strong to compete with her.
Luca. Houghton. Floating the ball into the penalty area. Scott's a lovely touch, and Ellen White fires it over. Good move by England, though.
Yeah, brilliant movement. A great ball into Jill, and she could see where Ellen's running. A good little crossing, interchanging, and that's a good ball to pick her out with Fisher quite closely marking her. But a good little touch by Jill Scott to lay it down, and she's not quite got a foot wrapped around it to find that top corner. But promising.
Certainly some very promising sides from England going forward. They have been in Sweden's half. They've looked very dangerous. And of course, they have the only goal of the game so far, scored by Ellen White. And here come England again with Williams. Houghton making the run on this near side. Touch off Scott there, and Sweden looking to clear. Samuelsson playing it back to the goalkeeper. And again, a little bit of a mix-up at the back. Sweden, a bit like England at times, have looked a little uncertain when defending their 18-yard box.
Yeah, well, Samuelsson gets it caught under her feet, and now she does well to get it out and pass it back. But Jill Scott's recognised that and applying early pressure, which is good.
Williams with the cross. Decent header, but the whistle has gone. Flag up over on the far side. And given away though by Sweden, and White plays in Rachel Yankee. Good chance for a second goal here, but it's off Rollin and behind for a corner.
Yeah, Rachel didn't really look convinced in that shot. It's on her weaker right foot. She much would have preferred to have had that opportunity on the other side, but that's a good player. Poor click from the keeper. She was already putting her hand up to realise that, but Rachel did well to actually spot that and just win possession back.
A corner for England. Yankee to take it. Scott trying to get to the ball. It is still in England's possession. And again from Yankee, but easily cleared this time.
Yeah, poor cross second time from Rachel. Didn't obviously clear that first defender. But England should feel confident to be able to threaten from set pieces. Sweden are a strong team aerially as well, but the likes of Jill Scott, Steph Houghton now today in the team.
It's good work by Aluko. Scott, again, just beaten to the ball. That's a really good challenge. And now White. And then once again it's Fisher who wins the ball back.
Yeah, Ellen White's turned into the defender there, but she didn't really have options, for the way she was facing. So just needs to assess that a little bit better, realise where the defender is to try and keep it away from her.
And Sophie Bradley getting across to deny Aslani the chance to get forward. Here is Aslani. Watched by Scott and Bradley. Drilled into the penalty area, sliced behind for a corner. Danger averted, but could have been worse for England there. And now they just have a corner to defend. Fisher again forward from the back.
Yeah, it should be a main target for Sweden. I'm sure Jill Scott will be picking her up in and around.
Göransson to take it. Hammerstrom poised on the edge of the box. 4 players inside the 6-yard box. And Barnsley gets something on it. It needs a defender to put it behind for another corner.
Yeah, we can see there are 3 players around the keeper. Karen Barnsley is good at claiming from set pieces normally and commanding her area, but under pressure she's got to the punch, but not a firm enough punch on that, and thankfully the defenders clear that one. But again, there's lots of bodies in and around the keeper there, making it hard for her to come and claim.
6-yard box crowded again. And they've dealt with it. Ball could be coming back in here. It's rather poor delivery. It's gone straight behind. Sweden not making the most of those 2 corners, but they are putting Karen Barnsley under pressure from those set pieces.
Yeah, well, they'll realise she has played her football in Sweden, so they'll know a lot about her and realise that she's good at coming out and claiming the ball, and obviously they don't want to make that too easy for her.
Scott applying the pressure, rolling. Tenebro rolling forward. Hammerstrom. Decent ball over the top. Good chance here for Sweden to equalise. 1-1. Tucked into the corner. Göransson scores. And Sweden have levelled it up just short of the half-hour mark.
Yeah, really good take by Göransson. She does well. It looked like she's a bit fortunate in the way she took the ball down initially, but she just runs in the inside channel of Alex Scott, and she doesn't quite. It's a great take actually. Just puts it into a path, and Alex just waiting to see what she does rather than just getting that yard round her a little bit more to be able to not allow her through on goal. But she does well to put that one in the bottom right corner.
It's a smart finish. And Sweden will probably feel they deserve that equaliser.
And like I say, Alex Scott's very quick, and most players, you know, she can keep up with them. But there she's been beat. Well, Göransson's shown her just how quick she is too, and Alex was just struggling to get back that extra yard that she needed just to be a little bit round on her.
Seventh goal, beg your pardon, for Göransson, who plays football in Germany. It's a 36th cap today. And half an hour played. Sweden 1, England 1.
Yeah, she looks to be a player that I think will start for Sweden, but in the last World Cup and Olympics she's more of a sub player, off the bench more of an impact player. But I think now, as she's grown and as she's developed more caps under her belt, she's really, and the experience she gets in Germany has held her in good stead, and now vying for a starting 11 for the Swedish team.
Certainly plenty of pace. And that will give Sweden a lift here. Tenebro's ball in. An easy one for Bardsley.
Again, you can see she's getting up very high, the left back, looking to get those crosses in from deep. But she's done that on a number of occasions now. Just seeing Göransson's goal again there, but she actually did well to take that the outside of her foot just to lay it into her path, and you know, one touch and she's converted it. It's a great goal.
And tremendous composure and a lovely finish from Göransson. Aluko. And one back by the home side. And Kristin Hammerstrom, the Swedish goalkeeper. With her twin sister, of course, Marie Hammerstrom, playing in midfield. Both of them teammates of Asante, who was the only member of the English team not to play in England.
Yep, she'll be up against her fellow teammate in Hammerstrom in the middle, who also plays for Gothenburg, so they'll know a lot about each other, and I'm sure would be looking forward to this game.
Incidentally, one player in the Sweden squad who plays in England, Sofia Jakobsson, not in the starting 11. May see a bit of her later on. Houghton. Just able to keep that one in play. Samuelsson. And he gets the challenge in. It's throw-in that's taken quickly by Samuelsson. Bradley gets across to deal with the danger. Uckvist. Williams winning it back briefly for England, but Sega has it now. A decent cross in as well, and Sweden have taken the lead. It's bundled over the line by Schellin. Prolific goal scorer, and in the matter of 5 minutes, Sweden have turned it around. They now lead by 2-1.
Yeah, no, this is the problem with not clearing your line, not getting your challenges. That's just the last 5 minutes or so. I think Sweden, they started it well as well, just being a bit more physical, getting that touch in the 50-50s. And here, this is Lotte Schellin all over. She can score some amazing, beautifully crafted goals, but also she's in the right place at the right time to stick out that long leg and just get the wrong side. And she's, as a player to play up against, she's so frustrating because she always seems to get her body in the way and use it to good effect, because she's not massive in her size, but she's so strong on the ball and does well to just dink that one in for her team.
And great awareness as well. She seems to know exactly where the ball was all the time. And just turning it over and lifting it into the corner.
Yeah, having marked her a few times, she was one of the best players, I think, of running off your black shoulder, always playing on your blind spot as a defender as well, and running in that channel to time her runs the way she does it is what I think one of the best as a centre forward.
Her 53rd international goal. And that speaks for itself. It's Bardsley.
I think when England get the ball in possession, and they've put some good stuff together, but it's just the little yards where you just need to be a little bit stronger or just nip a foot in, that we've just seemed to lose out a little bit so far in this half. Obviously, Sweden play a very different opposition as far as their physicality compared to what the team would have come up against Japan, who are a lot more technical, but it's just as strong. But Sweden are always harder in that respect, in the physicality in their game.
Sweden's first game at Euro 2013 is a little sooner than England's. They play on the opening day against Denmark. Italy and Finland in their group as well. Do you expect them to go through to the next round, get through that group relatively easily? Yeah,
I think certainly the Swedes will believe, certainly the fans and the people that come along, that they are the highest ranked in that group. So, but having to come up against two Scandinavian teams will, it's always hard, and they're always close matches that they play against Denmark, even though they do have the stronger team, and certainly against Finland as well, they should be favourites for that one.
So left back to Nebro getting forward again. It's a long range effort. It's a pretty decent one though. Bardsey makes a save.
That's a brilliant strike. She plays left back, but she can also equally hit thunderous shots with her right foot, and she's done that many times over before from that kind of range. So it's one that I'm sure Karen Bardsley will be aware of, having played a game and played against her in the league in Sweden.
Luko just trying to slip that ball through. And Sweden have dealt with the threat. Houghton wins it back. Scott.
Yeah, I think England now need just to keep the possession and try and craft out a few opportunities themselves as well, just to put Sweden on the back foot.
Houghton's cross is dealt with again by Sweden. Uckvist keeping that one in play. Too much on the pass though.
Yeah, you see Lotte Schellin there saying give it to my feet. She can do those runs in behind and is good at those, but she often likes the ball at her feet rather than having to chase it.
Casey Stoney has given the ball away. 3 forward here for Sweden. Göransson, scorer of the first goal. Couldn't get a shot away. To Nebro now. Göransson. Whistle's gone. Free kick to Sweden. There's a challenge by Asante. Sweden will use their physical presence again, I imagine, here from this set piece. Try and put Karen Barsley under a bit of pressure. Once again, it'll be scorer of the first goal. Antonio Göransson to take the free kick here for Sweden. It's played in close to the edge of the 6-yard box, but it's bounced away safely as far as England are concerned.
Yeah, like I say, Sweden very threatening from their set piece. Rowling, Fischer, they come up from the back. Sager's good with their head as well. So you know, England have to be on their toes for set pieces and make sure, like I say again, stop the player from running across them. Be strong and get to that ball first.
Stoney. Looking for Ellen White, but it's gone out of play. Pia Sundhage, Swedish coach, former USA coach, of course, and the 2012 FIFA Coach of the Year. Actually played in the 1984 final for Sweden against England and scored the winning penalty in the penalty shootout.
Yeah, I'm sure the Swedish players will get a lot of confidence from her coming back into coach. Caroline Seger said that she's a great motivator and certainly has brought that, and the confidence that they get, that they know she's worked with a top team and turned that into, you know, medals for America, although they are a very strong team and most coaches you know, would love that opportunity, but hopefully she'll be able to bring some of that back with her for Sweden, and certainly they'll have that hope going into this tournament.
Stoney. Bardsley. Bradley, I beg your pardon. Dealt with here by Fischer. Samuelsson. Space here for Seger. See Stoney coming across and gets the block in.
Yeah, great movement and play. Two touch to in the Swedish, and Seger there getting forward again in support. She's doing a lot of running in midfield, and I was just thinking, when England have the ball at the back, they're looking like they're struggling to be able to play it out through midfield, and that will be, I'm sure, one point hope will make at half time, is to keep that rotation going. But with the Swedish, the way they line up and they're very compact, it is hard to play through there.
Well, Luko's given away a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Marie Hammerstrom sent tumbling.
You can see she just nips, does well to let the ball roll across her and uses her body, and then Luko's just desperately sticking out her foot and catches her heels.
Well, less than 4 minutes to go of normal time in this first half. We'll have another set piece to defend. Hammerstrom who hits it. Decent save by Bardsley. Moving a little bit in the air, but she held it well.
Yeah, Nia Luko does well to react, sees that quickly and just tries to apply pressure, but she still gets a shot away. But Karen Bardsley does well just to get her frame down and across the goal to gather that one. But here again, you see the two Swedish forwards just stopping that ball into that space there where Anita Asante likes to come and get the ball, applying a lot of pressure and winning the ball back quickly.
They have given it away again, and another chance for Sweden. Slani failing to hit the target. This could have been a real problem for England.
Yeah, I think at half-time Hope will say to keep trying it, to keep that movement going, because she'll say trust the player on the ball. But I think the centre-halves need to be able to keep possession more and realise when it is on and when it's not on, to not force it through there.
It's England to get the free kick this time. Just inside the England half, Casey Stoney will take it. Can't find Yankee though, it's out of play for a throw. Here's Sager. Fisher. Rowling playing it back to the goalkeeper. Armstrong taking her time to get rid of it. Out and winning the header though. Joe Scott a little unfortunate, bounced off her and out of play for a throw. Sante.
It looks like Pia's not too happy with the distribution from their keeper so far this half, and just looked like she was giving instructions of where she expects her to be putting those balls out.
She has given the ball away once or twice and nearly caused Sweden some problems at the back.
Yeah, she's not looked too confident with her kicking, so that might be an area where Ellen White, she does work hard, working across the front. In that situation, a bit too far back to maybe go and put pressure on her, but it's one to bear in mind for the second half.
Entering the final 60 seconds of normal time. Lundqvist is offside.
But again, you can just see the players that Sweden are willing to commit forward. Shelling there coming off deep to set the play up, giving space to turn and be able to pick her options really of the players that are running through. Both the wingers, but also, like I said, the midfielders running. One of the midfielders always seems to be in support too.
The ball out of play for a throw. Just a few seconds remaining. I doubt there'll be too much stoppage time. It's been a good pace to the game. England taking the free kick quickly. Ellen White was fouled.
I think the cameraman was taking a liking to Ellen White then.
And ball given away. Well, there is the half-time whistle. And England did take the lead. But Gunnarsson and then Shelin turned it around for Sweden. And a little bit disappointing in certain aspects, but some positives as well from England in the first. Well, here we go. Looks as though those substitutions are about to be made. And Bassett, as you can see, is on. Laura Bassett, 29-year-old, who plays for Birmingham City. I understand as well that Duggan and Dunya Suzy are also going to make an appearance in the second half. We'll get that confirmed for you as soon as possible. There's Casey Stoney, the captain, who's been replaced by Laura Bassett. Alex Scott has taken the captain's armband. That is her 98th appearance. And as expected, Karen Carney is on, replacing Rachel Yankee. So they're the first two changes. And, Tony Duggan is on as well. 21 years old, just her 7th cap, one of the more inexperienced players. This will be her first major tournament. And there is the player we were talking about a moment ago, Sjögran, making her 183rd appearance, replacing the scorer of the first goal, Goranson, who was pretty impressive in that first half. There we go as well with Lisa Dahlqvist, 26-year-old, making her 70th appearance. Plays her club football for Trieso. And Sophia Jakobsen as well coming on, 23-year-old, who plays for Chelsea, placing Josephine Kvist. So I think that is it as far as the substitutes are concerned. Pretty different looking sides as we head into the second half. It'll be Sweden to get us underway. What will those England changes do to the setup of the side, do you think, Faye?
Yeah, well, Kaz Carney's come out onto the right. Tony Duggan looks to have gone up front, but it's just be interesting to see which positions they kind of do take up. But that's the benefit of Tony Duggan. She can play anywhere across the forward line. Equally as comfortable out on the left.
Jakobsen, the opportunity here perhaps. Sante gets it away.
I think the graphic was wrong because it said Farrah Williams went off, but she's still on the pitch, so it was Ellen White that has exited for Tony Duggan.
Duggan to play up front then, do you think? Is the furthest forward as Bardsley has to deal with an awkward cross.
It's actually Rachel Brown's coming for another sub. So so many changes, we've not been able to keep her.
Yeah, apologies for that. It was Rachel Brown. Everton goalkeeper called into action early on and very nearly needed again. The ball goes out of play. Decent ball into the middle, that. Schellin this time unable to get a touch. Rachel Brown called into action. It was an awkward cross to deal with, had to palm it away. Tenebro. And have it back again here. Can't quite find Duggan though. Hammerstrom has maintained her position in goal for Sweden.
So you can see Alex Scott's gone back over to that left side with Dunya coming on, Dunya Susie coming on to right back, and it looks like Annie Luko's taken up the left side position, so it'd be interesting to see, just because there's not a naturally left-sided footed player out on that left wing, but it's something that might happen in the tournament, so you know it's good to try these things out.
The ball cut out there by Alex Scott. And Sjögren winning it back for Sweden. Sager beaten to the ball by Karen Carney. And Susie unable to control that one. And plenty of changes made by Hope Powell at half-time. No surprise, I suppose, to see Steph Houghton and Casey Stoney taken off, given that they have had minor injury complaints in the last few days. Obviously fit enough to start, but not risked any more than 45 minutes.
Yeah, and obviously that's, I think, what would have been planned beforehand, and just, I'm sure that's just the case that they've, 45 minutes, that's good, a good workout, gets them back into it gradually without taking too many further risks.
The ball bounces off Aslani. The play for a throw. Sweden leading by 2-1. England did take the lead. Ellen White's goal after just 13 minutes. Williams. Sante. Duggan trying to get a foot onto that. Fisher comes away with the ball. Sweden threatening here. Slani losing out and England come away with possession. Duggan. 7th appearance for Tony Duggan, the Everton striker. Scored a couple of goals for England already. And there's Laura Bassett, who's come on to replace the captain, Casey Stoney. It's a very different looking back four for England now.
And again, it's just always hard for players that come in to kind of get up to the pace of the game straight away. A little bit easier if it is at half time, but it still just needs a few minutes to kind of, for the players to get their touch, and also for those players to kind of get that have been playing, communicating and getting them up to the speed of the game.
Susie. Falls to Carney. Sante slipping, but very nearly able to pick out a teammate, but England in trouble here. Sega, and it is 3 for Sweden. Just over 5 minutes played in the second half. The captain scores, and England now trail by 3 goals to 1.
Yeah, good pounce again by Sega. She's always looking all game to really get advanced and to kind of be that attacking midfielder, but does well here to apply pressure in the first place. But unfortunately for Anita, she slips to concede possession. But then when it's put into the path of Sega, she's very composed against Schelling, just knows where she is and does well enough just to take it away from Sophie Bradley and dink it over Rachel Brown. But again, a little bit to concede possession like that, but that's Sweden. They'll pounce on any errors, and similar things will happen in the tournament if you're sloppy or concede possession in those kind of areas.
Sante a little unlucky perhaps to slip just as she tried to control the ball, but could be in trouble again here, and Rachel Brown has to come out and deal with it. Here is Asante. It's caught out again. England back in possession. Free kick goes the way of England, rolling with the foul on Jill Scott. And haven't wasted any time here. Here's Carney. And the ball goes behind for a corner.
I think that's just one point to make, that when England attack, they don't seem to get as many bodies forward as often as what Sweden do with every attack. So whether that's work rate, whether that's being confident enough to commit players forward, but Sweden have certainly done that better in this game so far.
The first corner of the second half for England. Flicked on at the near post. Sweden come away with it though, now looking to counter. Sophia Jakobsen. Schelling. Bassett comes across and manages to take the ball off the score of Sweden's second goal. Referee playing on. Advantage for Sweden. That's a Schelling, scorer of that second goal, and creator of the third as well. It's a good ball into the goal scorer, Caroline Sega. Scored a 14th goal just a few moments ago. 14th international goal, that is. It was a 107th appearance. Here's Scott. Carney. Cut out there by Swedish defence. Slani chasing after it and plays it in quickly. Schelling. It's a good save. Rachel Brown to the rescue. Schelling thought she might have had a second goal there. Really good chance for Sweden.
Yeah, again, it's Sweden breaking with position passing, and all the players across the front are quick for Sweden, so just slightly catching England out. Schelling again finding that space in between the centre halves. Sophie Bradley's had to come out wide to cover the run of Asselin, and the defenders just don't quite cover around quick enough to stop her having that much space to get that shot away, but Rachel Brown does superbly to push it wide.
Sjogren to take the corner. Jill Scott with the header away. Sega! Straight at Brown. Scott scrambles it clear. England under real pressure again. And Scott does well to get it away, although not quite as far as she would have liked, and Fisher then puts it out of play. And England survive. 10 minutes gone. It's still 3-1 Sweden.
Yeah, so England really having to weather the storm at the moment. Sweden not giving in. You can see they got the bit between their teeth. They really want to put on a good show. Very confident. They're looking to chase down everything and apply pressure, get their shots off when they can. And they've started this half really brightly again. Not looking to let up at all.
Sega. Given away, and England have it back with Carney. Luko. Scott. Jill Scott. Now Williams. No foul there. Referee says play on, and Sweden are playing on. And it's a good recovery in the end, but England will feel they should have had a free kick there on the halfway line.
Yeah, it looked like a clear shove in the back of Farah Williams, but the ref decides maybe not. Bit unfortunate for Farah, but I think Lotte Schelling normally would do a lot better with the quality of pass.
Fisher. Now Rollin. Happy to keep the ball and wait for England to press them at the back. Sweden not always looking to get rid of it quickly.
In Sweden, when they have the ball, they always seem to have more options. At the moment, for the second half, that England, when they're on the ball, they're not making quick enough decisions, but also they're not having one, only one option, not two or three options to be able to pass. And I think that's also because Sweden are applying a lot of pressure, working a lot harder when they're not in possession to get bodies back, and then also when they break to get them forward, whereas England don't seem to have that as many options when they break or going forward.
Pia Sundhage will be very pleased with the way her side have started. Duggan battling with the defender there, and Susie coming in with a challenge. Schelling. Foul, Sophie Bradley.
Yeah, I think Sophie's shown in the last, or for the caps that she has got, is how composed she can be and what a good reader of the game she is, really. I think she certainly is a great defender who can read runs and quick enough to get her body across, and has handled, for me, some of the best forwards so far early on in her career, in the likes of today and Lotte Schelling in previous games that she's played, but also against Canada in Sinclair is one of a very physical, strong, prolific goal scorer, and has done well in the past against her. So she's often put into good displays for her country.
Sante fouled here. Sjogren. England will have the free kick. Anita Asante plays for Gothenburg. Makes her way forward to the edge of the penalty area. Carney to take the free kick. Header there by Duggan. It doesn't fall to an England shirt. Williams has it back now. Bassett. Ball loose here. England could capitalise. Susie.
Again here, very limited for options. Kaz Carney's tried to make the run forward, but she's already taken the ball inside, and not much showing through midfield for her on that occasion.
Susie with the throw for England. Duggan. Bradley then with a header. Carney's fouled. Just caught there by Dahlqvist, one of the half-time substitutes. Carney again from the set piece. Scott with a header down. Again, Sweden able to clear. No danger in the end to Hammarström's goal. And then Scott with a foul, and Sweden have the free kick. Jakobsen. Bassett did well to get to the ball, and Williams back to help her out and clear the ball out of play for a throw. Schilling proving to be a real handful, as expected. Jakobsen now winning the corner. More defending for England to do here.
Again, Jakobsen actually plays up front, more down the middle for Chelsea, and has done part in previous games for Sweden, but today also been shown ability out on the right, but it has phenomenal pace to burn and quite composing, putting her shots off. I think she's got 5 times in WSL already this season.
Headed chance there, which Rachel Brown gathers easily. It was on target. Decent header by Rowling.
Again, yeah, one of the more threatening headers within the Swedish team, but that one quite far out, can't really generate any pace or power on that header to cause Rachel Brown any problems.
England get the throw in here. Carney looking to take it quickly. Sante. Again, Sante. England keeping the ball, but again Sweden pressing really hard, trying to force the errors. Alex Scott with a chance to run a goal. Finds Carney. Good ball from Carney. It's gone behind. 2 or 3 players in there, not sure who got the final touch, but a real chance for England.
Yeah, it's a good little bit of play. Alex Scott coming forwards, but it actually comes off Enia Luko, so it'll be a goal kick, but that's better because more bodies, more options for the cross, but Karen Carney does well to whip it in behind the back line, and Jill Scott gets a long leg on it, but deflects off of Enia Luko, so was it maybe goal bound if Enia hadn't got a touch, but she looks like she's a little bit worse off for that as well.
Well, much more encouraging as far as England are concerned, and there is a change here, and it's Jill Scott who's made way. Jordan Nobbs coming on, and Jordan Nobbs making her 5th appearance, the Arsenal player, just 20 years old, the youngest member of this England side.
Yeah, well, Jill Scott is shown in the first half she's willing to run in to support the forwards and make those runs, and Jordan Nobbs will be able to do the same. She has loads of energy, very dynamic in her running, so I'm sure she'll take up that. She looks like Farrah Williams has just dropped a little bit more into midfield, into a more familiar, more comfortable role that she likes to play, a bit deeper in midfield, and Jordan Nobbs taken up just sitting in behind Donnie Duggan and will look to make those runs in off her and to threaten that back line of the Swedish defence when she can.
It's Fischer now for Sweden. Rolling. Tenebro playing it forward. Schilling has done well to get away from Bassett. Jakobsen. It's behind for a corner. But again, Schilling proving to be a real handful for England.
Yeah, and again, I think Sweden just looks so much more fluid when they're attacking. And I mean, Schilling, that's what she's always good at. She just nips in front of you to toe it away, to get her body in between the ball and the defender, and often invites that challenge which she can jump or skip over, and she does it to such good effect.
England survived that, and they have a corner to defend now. Brown coming, but it was the head of defender that actually got to the ball first. It was Duggan, in fact, who clears it again, and a third time, this time safely away from the penalty area. And the ball then out of play for an England throw. 20 minutes gone in the second half. It's been difficult for England, not too surprising given the number of changes, and things just settling down now in the last few minutes. England looking a little more threatening going forward and a little more comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, they've had a couple of better fluid movements, but still not enough for my liking, certainly, as an England fan. But Sweden do just look a little bit sharper. They have, I think, all game. Certainly, for them, it's a big game for them to prove and to get under their belt, to prove to their nation that they're ready for this tournament and going to take every chance they can get at performing well in it. And they've just, I think, been the stronger team just so far in this game, and just attacking with so many more bodies going forward and putting England under pressure to not allow England to play their normal passing game that they like to do, certainly out from the back and through midfield.
You can see at the moment just how many yellow shirts are inside the England half, and it's been like that really since the start of the game. England do have a free kick now, which Susie will take. Jakobsen, though, winning it back for Sweden, taking on Alex Scott, but running it out of play. Carney. Jakobsen coming across to make the challenge, but it's out of play for a throw.
So the referee in this game has allowed a lot of challenges to go unnoticed.
Have been very few free kicks awarded, no cards, not too unusual in a pre-tournament friendly. It's been competitive, there's been some pretty physical play from both sides. And Schelling is through again here. Brown came out to claim it, couldn't get there. Will Schelling turn it in? She has done. Sophie Bradley tried to get back and turn it away, but Schelling has her second goal and Sweden have their fourth. Halfway through the second half, Sweden 4, England 1.
Again here, I think you just see the pace and the ability of Schelling just to get in the right place at the right time, right on Sophie Bradley's back shoulder. And Sophie's not slow, but Schelling, she's just that yard, gets that little, just in behind her, and Sophie Bradley can't get back. And Brown comes out, but she just toes it past. And it's a bit unfortunate here that it runs under Sophie Bradley, but Schelling, she just seems to convert the chances and shows why she scored so many goals.
Right, she had another goal to add to her tally. 54 now for her country, including the 2 she scored today. Sophie Bradley suffering a little bit, and that will be a concern. She's such an important part of that back four for England. It's Schelling once again in the right place at the right time.
That's the thing, you just shows you can't allow to get in a race with her, and they can't allow for her to have that even be in line with you because of her speed and her ability just to get that extra yard.
The ball had a play for a Sweden throw. Bradley still receiving treatment.
It looks like one of those just numb for a little while on the shoulder, on the elbow, sorry, on the funny bone maybe, but I'm sure Sophie Bradley will shake that off because she's quite a tough nut.
Certainly hope it's nothing more than that. And now have a little over 20 minutes left here. Try and cut this deficit. Sweden have been impressive. Full of confidence going into the tournament. Schelin is in again here. Played the ball first time across, looking for Aslani. England deal with the danger. And the ball is cleared.
Again, as Sweden applying pressure, making it hard for England to play out and really limiting their options, making it almost scrappy. When England are in possession, it looks a scrappy game when England are in the ball, but when Sweden get it, it looks so much more fluid, and they're finding their feet, players making those runs and getting forward in support of the player on the ball. A lot better.
Header away from Scott. Could be a chance here for Duggan. So unlucky there, just lost the footing. The first bit was good. Just tried to get away from the defender, and one or two players who have slipped every now and again. And that was another occasion there.
I think it's bearing in mind though that England have made more changes. I think there's only 3 players on the field that started the game for England.
Sweden pushing forward again. England have come away with the ball. It's another long ball forward, but it's too far away from Duggan this time. And Sweden can start again from the back. There is Fischer. Out again by Carney. And they've got to get players forward in these situations. Carney floating it over the top. It's a really good ball. Chance for England again. Well, this time it's ended up behind, but probably past that from Karen Carney.
Yeah, great ball by Karen. Again, it shows her vision, her ability to be able to pick that pass out. And Jordan Ubbs, like I said, she'll come on, she'll bring that energy, bring that ability to be able to run in behind. But it's quite a hard chance to convert.
More changes on the way, it seems, for Sweden. A few waiting just to make their way on. And again, Duggan's done well here. And gets the shot away! Tipped onto the post. What a chance that was. And then very nearly cutting the gap to just 2 goals. And Tony Duggan, what a strike.
Yeah, great shot, and she's capable of this. She has scored many a goal in the WSL from that kind of range, quite spectacular strikes often. But it's good for her to show that confidence and draws a fantastic save from Hammarström in the Swedish goal.
Sweden survive. Sjögren now. To Nebro. Susie cutting it out for England. Nebro again challenging. England back in possession. Here is Alex Scott. The free kick has been given for offside. Brings an end to that England move, so more changes here. And it's going to be Aslani first to make way. Konradsen, the player, to come on in her place. Millie Konradsen, 24 years old, making her 7th appearance. And Hjulman coming in as well. Jenny Hjulman making a debut, replacing Lotta Schelin, 23-year-old who plays for Umea IK. Fischer is going to make way too. And it's another debut, Amanda Ilsted, coming on for her first appearance, 20 years old, the youngest player in the Swedish squad. So yeah, more changes with just a touch over 15 minutes to go.
You see Sweden have just looked slightly different tactics in their substitutions, putting on some younger, fresher faces for their caps to build up their caps later on in the game, whereas Hope's looked to given her players more game time, done more changes earlier on.
Sweden threatening again. It's a good challenge by Alex Scott to deny Conradson the chance to get to the byline. At the corner to Sweden. Forward again. Sjogren to take the corner. It's a header off the crossbar from Rollin. And Bradley just about got it away. It has gone behind for a goal kick, but another chance for Sweden there. Very close to making it 5.
You see Rollin's actually unmarked at the back. I think Kazkani slightly, I mean the way England defend set pieces very much zonal marking, so there tends to be always an outnumbered somewhere, but she's given a lot of time to put that header goalward, and fortunate that it just hits back off of the bar for England's point of view.
Was another good chance. England, of course, hitting the woodwork as well a few moments ago. Tony Duggan effort. Bassett has played it back, and it's a short pass back. And Sweden here with another chance. Jakobsen dispossessed by Farrell Williamson. Alex Scott gets it away. And that was nearly another disastrous moment for England there. Could so easily have caused Rachel Brown a problem. Still pressing though. Sjogren will chase this to try and keep it in play. She's taken out one of the photographers. It's gone out for a throw.
Yeah, again for me the cross was allowed too easy then again, and England just not applying enough pressure to stop those balls coming across the face of the goal.
Rollin cuts it out. And again gets her foot to the ball. Conradson. Farrell Williams coming across to win it back for England. Alex Scott. Charging forward again. Luco's done well. England do have players forward in this attack. Carney. Susie making the run on the outside. Carney, they're going for the cross. It's a really good ball, and Duggan just couldn't get that crucial touch. Another great delivery from Karen Carney.
Yeah, a lot better in the approach play. England keeping the ball, not forcing it, allowing players to get up into support of the play, and a great crossing by Karen Carney again, that time off her left foot, and Tony Duggan should do better on that, at least get a contact, because she wasn't under a lot of pressure, but it's just a little bit too high for her.
And the ball out of play. Susie with the throw, with the header back from the throw rather, Tenebro's throw in. Seger under pressure, surely fouled there by Williams, and the Swedish captain wins a free kick.
Yeah, I think it's Farrah's frustrated, Farrah Williams frustrated there, but she does take her feet out from, not a vicious challenge, but just her eagerness to try and win the ball back. Probably more frustrated just because she feels maybe England haven't had some of the chances she feels they deserved.
Ball bouncing away from Jakobsen there, to the arms of Rachel Brown. And England have a little over 10 minutes to prove this scoreline. Carney. Sante. Taking on Sego, makes a really good challenge.
And for me, she's been all over the pitch today for Sweden, worked tremendously hard. She has that is her game, from box to box, working hard to defend for her team, but also getting up front and making chances for her teammates, but also scoring them, and she's really controlled that midfield well.
Certainly a good run out as far as the Swedish players are concerned. Sundog will be very happy.
I think Shellin will be too, having scored two, not two of the most prettiest goals, but they're two that count, and I'm sure she'll be happy going into the tournament, having got on the goals on the score sheet.
Into the final 10 minutes now. It's been a good performance from the side that will host this year's championships. They do play on the opening day, which is less than a week away now. Jakobsen. And deal with the danger. Scott trying to break free. Sweden have the ball back. Clever touch there. Important challenge. This one behind for a corner. Jenny Hillman it was with a little flick looking for Conradson. Alex Scott there to make the crucial interception.
So again, you see here now Dunya's picking up, rolling at the back post, but they've gone for the short. Sager unmarked on the box.
Dangerous to leave her in that kind of space. And as you're saying, they're waiting for that ball into the 6-yard box and gave Sweden a different option. Williams gives it back to Rachel Brown. Sante to Carney. Stepovers from Carney, ball into the penalty area. Been impressive, Karen Carney, since coming on at half-time. Some really good deliveries.
Yeah, she's looked bright, good quality on her deliveries, which is great to see for having been out for so long. But she has that quality, and she's shown that she's comfortable going out wide, going on the outside, getting that crossing with her favoured, more stronger right foot, but equally happy to come inside and be able to give that option, always making the defender question which way she's going to go. But it's a positive for England to see her back and to get some game time and to be looking sharp and comfortable on the ball.
Conradson cut out again here by England. And then given away.
Sloppy by Jordan Nobbs.
Susie with the challenge, had to get that one right. Strong tackle. And Sophie Bradley down again. She's had a few knocks in this game up against some very physical opposition.
Like I said, I think she actually trips on the turf herself, so hopefully that's not too serious, because they can always be quite awkward and sometimes players go down with no one around them, but Dunya Susie did make a great challenge there. She had to time that well on the corner of the box. But here it's just, her ankle rolls on the turf, her left ankle. So hopefully that's not too serious at this stage.
It's a bit of a worry, perhaps taking extra precaution because of the fact that they've got the tournament coming up. But it certainly did look as though Sophie Bradley was in quite a bit of pain.
I'm sure at this late stage they won't, ask her to carry on if she is in discomfort, because Sophie's not one to normally display. She'd normally get up quickly from any challenge that she makes.
Hope Powell just giving their players a little bit of instruction for the final 5 minutes. Just wants to see a little extra effort in the last few moments, the last bit of preparation as far as game time is concerned before the tournament starts. And everyone associated with England, of course, hoping that Sophie Bradley recovers in time. There is just over a week to go, so it's just an awkward fall, then hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, sometimes it's painful and sore at the time. I'm sure that's more for her lateral ligaments on the outside of her ankle as the way she rolled it, but you would hope it's the next day you wake up and it's a little bit stiff but not too sore, that kind of situation, if she gets ice to it tonight. Rather than anything longer, because ankles can always cause a few problems and need a few weeks to recover from. But like I say, she's quite tough, so I'm sure they'll assess that early, and hopefully for her sake it's nothing more than just a slight roll of the ankle.
So just under 5 minutes of normal time. The players out there to show what they've got ahead of the big kick-off next week. Sweden face Denmark on Wednesday, England play Spain on Friday. Placed in the same group at the last European Championships, of course. They meet in the latter stages. Gibson forcing her way forward. It actually came off her and rolled out of play. But again, looking dangerous. The player is impressed since coming on at half-time.
Yeah, again, pace to burn. Very comfortable and quick running with the ball. Very threatening in behind if you leave her that space to run into. But Dunya Susi's not slow herself, so she does well to get back and cover. But that just shows how effective she could be if it was down the middle where she plays for her club. If you do allow her to get the wrong side of you and give her that yard, she can be quite deadly.
Rachel Brown to clear this ball downfield. It's off the head of Rolling. Duggan getting her foot to the ball. Carney on this near side. To get the cross in. Now looking for support. Very nearly fell kindly for England there. Susie was dispossessed by Jakobsen. Maybe took her a little bit by surprise.
Yeah, she thought she had a little bit of time just to take a touch, but she just needed to one-touch that back to Jordan Odd. The way she was facing, she had that option.
It's been a feature of the game, really, the Swedish players closing down so well. Here is Jakobsen. Got a space over on the far side. Chance for another, but it's wide of the target. Not a great finish in the end.
Yeah, she doesn't get hold of that one. But again, great support play, great build-up play by Sweden. Finding the players in space. Good quality of passes as well, and creating another chance, but just doesn't worry Rachel Brown on that occasion.
You should remember, of course, England are down to 10 men at the moment because of Sophie Bradley's injury. Sjögren going for goal and tipped away by Brown. It's a good save. The veteran nearly getting her name on the score sheet.
Yeah, again, just allowed just a little too much space and time in midfield to kind of get a head up and decision to make that shot. Okay, again, England a little bit backs against the wall with that loss of player so far.
Sjögren to take this corner, reaching the final minute of normal time. The end of this game. Seventh corner for Sweden. Into the near post this time and somehow lifted over the bar. It was Rolling that time, just couldn't keep the ball down. England survive again.
Yeah, I think she'll feel that she could have had maybe 2 goals now this game, and she does like to pop up at the corners to score. She's hit the bar already, and on that occasion she knows she should have hit the back of the net.
Asante Duggan who gives the ball away. England win it back in midfield here. Unable to create an opportunity. There'll be 4 added minutes. Conradson, cut out by Carney. Given away by England. Ball bouncing into the penalty area, gathered by Brown.
Again, they're just being dispossessed and taking a little bit too time on the ball, and Sweden showing their strength and in dispossessing England. And they've done that all game, I think. Just they've made it hard, not allowed England time on the ball, closed down the space, closed off their options, and they've just, I think, worked that a little bit harder, been that bit sharper and taking the initiative to England and making it hard for them.
Jakobsen taking the shot on there to get her name on the score sheet. Sweden coming forward again. It's another long-range effort. Brown makes the save. Called into action quite a lot in these final few minutes.
Yeah, I think Rachel will be pleased to have been on, because she's certainly been tested in this second half, but has done quite well with a number of saves to keep the score line to what it is, even at 4. I'm sure England will feel a bit aggrieved with 2 goals. Certainly the Schelling ones were not, you know, great finishes as in far as how they ended up in the back of the net, but it's just, you know, the mistakes and the build-up play that's allowed them to get there, which I'm sure they'll go back and review. But again, with so many changes, you know, it is hard for the team to get that fluidity and be able to, you know, reduce those opportunities for the team. But it's a good test for those players, good opportunity for those players that have come on to get that time, and I think that's always what was going to be for the second half of this match anyway, for hope.
Well, they certainly will have learned a few lessons from the game here against a really tough opposition. And certainly a few positives to take from the game as well. Always difficult in a friendly when you make so many changes in the second half. It's almost like playing 2 different games, really.
Yeah, and I just think Sweden, with the fact that it's home, it's they're hosting this, they've just looked that much brighter, looked that more determined, that not to have treated this game like a friendly. I know that England players would have wanted to come here and make a good account, but they've just been that bit sharper and brighter, and they've had a point to prove and wanted to put on a good display, and have done, and have just made it hard for England.
These opportunities just haven't quite come off for England. So those last gasp tackles from the Swedish defenders have been timed perfectly. We're into the final 30 seconds of stoppage time now. Jakobsen again running, and again concede the corner. Hard work at the back without Sophie Bradley there. Hopefully won't miss any of the tournament. And her disappearance after that awkward fall is just a precautionary one. Plenty of time, quite a few days before England play their first game of the tournament. So now any injuries picked up here to be dealt with. Got some more defending to do here. Another important challenge. And yet another corner for Sweden.
And England haven't been able to replace Sophie. I think they've made their 6 changes that was agreed, so they are replayed still for the final minutes.
That's made things difficult in the last 5 minutes of normal time and the 1.5 minutes of stoppage time that we've had. It comes in, and the whistle goes. It's a free kick to England. And that might be just about it as far as this game is concerned. There it is, full-time whistle. It's on paper a heavy defeat for England. They conceded 4 goals, 2 in each half, after taking the lead through Ellen White. 2 goals for Shellin Sega. Got a goal as well. The equaliser initially came from the number 11 Goranson, who went off at half-time. Very impressive display from the Swedes, who will surely be a threat in this tournament when it does get started on Wednesday. And England will learn a lot from the last few minutes.